If you've been out of the loop of Pokemon Go, you've probably missed a lot of updates, and today we've got a ton to go over. Don't worry, my friends, I'll catch you up. For starters, Hoopa Unbound is coming back to Pokemon Go, and this is kind of a big deal because he's sort of rare. Doesn't really come around a lot, and it was like an elite raid Pokemon at one point when that feature existed. On Saturday, February 15th, there's going to be a raid day for Hoopa Unbound from 2 to 5 p.m. local time, and this pretty much confirms elite raids are gone. Because Hoopa was an elite raid Pokemon, and we kind of already knew that elite raids were like leaving in Pokemon Go, but we never got an official they're gone announcement. I don't think Niantic wants to admit that the feature sucked, you know, or it was once upon a time good and just isn't anymore for whatever reason, but it looks like elite raids are no more officially. So we're going back to normal raid days, normal raid weekends, no elite raids. And the event bonuses for this include 5 additional raid passes for free from spinning gyms throughout the day, and the remote raid limit going up to 20, which seems like, listen, Reese, the editor, and we've all had a bunch of theories that it seems like Niantic is beginning to roll back this remote raid nerf in Pokemon Go, and hopefully we see maybe even pricing adjustments in the future, or this daily limit just taken away. Because event by event, they're letting us do more and more remote raids, because I think they're kind of realizing that, like, well, nerfing it wasn't a great idea. So during this raid day event, you'll get 20 remote raids throughout the day and 5 extra free ones just from spinning gyms. So very good. Hoopa Unbound, though, not the most meta-relevant Pokemon, so this is definitely something more for people who are looking to get this in their Pokedex, because it also can't be shiny during this event, so just heads up. Also, a little bit of a random announcement, but your Zygarde Cube can now hold up to 300 Zygarde cells, so you can have more cells in your cube. So if you're a Zygarde hunter, or if this information is relevant for you, there you go. And it's important because Zygarde Complete Form is still the #1 overall Pokemon in the Masters League, and this is probably a way for Niantic to help incentivize the usage of routes, because in order to get Complete Form Zygarde, you have to do routes, and it is the best in the Masters League, so huge incentive to get this Pokemon, and you can now have more in your Zygarde Cube. Also, the $5 Expedition access for February is here. It's lasting from February 1st to February 28th. It's $5. And here are the bonuses that you get. 1 incubator each day, free incubator each day, and you get this from your first Pokestop or gym spin every day. 3 times XP for your first catch of the day, 3 times XP for your first Pokestop spin of the day. You can open up to 50 gifts per day, receive up to 150 gifts from spinning, and hold up to 40 gifts in your bag. So if you're somebody who's like hunting 7-kilometer eggs, this is really helpful. And then obviously the extra XP is great too, and the free incubators. If you think about it, for $5, you're getting 28 free incubators. That's definitely worth it if you're logging on every day and you're doing a lot of hatching. And there's also a timed research that if you complete, gives you 15,000 XP and 15,000 Stardust. We also have a new Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go, Delmise, but maybe not in the way that you want. The Beloved Buddies event is happening Tuesday, February 11th at 10 a.m. to Saturday, February 15th at 8 p.m. local time. The event bonuses include 2 times XP for catching Pokemon, and lure modules will last for 1 hour during the event, and I think they attract special Pokemon like Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Cutiefly. And this is a huge part of the event for all of you who need Stardust, myself included. You'll actually get an extra 500 Stardust per catch when catching Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Dunsparce, and I think Cutiefly, which is crazy. Also crazy, sort of, Delmise is coming to Pokemon Go for the first time ever, and I'll explain how to get it, but for now, the wild spawns include Nidoran male and female, Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Dunsparce, Remoraid, Mantine, Plusle, Minun, Volbeat, Illumise, Cutiefly, Fomantis, and you have an increased chance of encountering a shiny Diglett or shiny Dunsparce, which Dunsparce is pretty rare. It's also the 12th best in the Great League, but in terms of meta relevancy, that's like the only thing to look for in the wild during the event. As for the raids, you will have a higher chance of encountering a shiny Skrelp in raids, although Skrelp comes to the wild quite often, so like I wouldn't recommend using raid passes on Skrelp, but if you want to, higher chance at a shiny. 1-star raids will have Shelder, Dwebble, and Skrelp. 3-star raids will have Slowbro, Hippowdon, and yes, the brand new Pokemon Delmise is locked to tier 3 raids. So that's kind of, you know, is what it is, right? 5-star raids will have Incarnate Form Enamorus, which can't be shiny, or at least I don't think it can be shiny. And then Mega raids will have Mega Tyranitar, which is extremely useful. It's currently the #1 Dark type and the #2 Rock type overall, so definitely hit that. And then Enamorus is like the 12th blessed flying type, so not really worth raiding, and it can't be shiny. And there's going to be field research tasks that will give you Stardust, XP, and encounters with Tandemau. And remember, Tandemau has like a 1 in, I don't know if it's a 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 chance of getting like a exclusive harder to get version of Tandemau, but there's that to hunt too. And then we also have the Scattered to the Winds event going on from Tuesday, February 18th at 10 a.m. to Thursday, February 20th at 8 p.m. local time. Event bonuses, pretty good. 2 times XP for spinning a Pokestop, 5 times XP for spinning a Pokestop for the first time, which is a great event to try to get to level 40 on a new account or a newer account. You can open up to 40 gifts per day or 60 gifts per day if you've gotten that $5 Expedition access. So that's a lot of 7-kilometer eggs. And you have an increased chance to encounter Shiny Pidgey, which is super random, but okay. But the big part about this event is the newest, hardest shiny family to complete in the entire world is coming to Pokemon Go. Previously, in my opinion, it was Furfrou, because Furfrou had a bunch of different regional forms and you have to go to those regions in order to change forms into the shiny Furfrou of that region. So not only was Furfrou very hard to find because the shiny is super hard and exclusive and it just doesn't spawn that often, but you also had to go to different regions around the world to form change or trade for different forms of shiny Furfrou. Definitely still is the hardest shiny family to complete, but this might be the new one. It's Vivillon. Scatterbug, Supa, and Vivillon are being shiny, or here shiny, for the first time ever. And during this event, you'll get an increased chance to encounter shiny Scatterbug. This is probably the best time for the next year or two, best opportunity to get a shiny Scatterbug. And again, this is now probably going to become the hardest family to complete in the entire game because as you can see on screen, there's a lot of different Scatterbug that you can get and it depends on postcards. If I, here in California, send you a gift, you can pin that gift's postcard to your postcard book. And by doing that, you can unlock encounters with the Scatterbug that comes from California. So you kind of need to make friends with people all over the world. They need to send you gifts from their region of the world. You pin that to your postcard, you pin the postcard, and then you get encounters with the Scatterbug from their region. So this is really hard to do. Obviously, it's very hard to get. And I can only imagine getting the entire shiny family is going to be nearly impossible. It's so hard even to get the Vivillon Pokedex completed. I can't imagine the Vivillon shiny Pokedex. Because even though technically you don't have to leave your region, it's really hard to get these encounters, and especially every encounter that you need. So good luck, but this is for sure probably the newest, hardest shiny family to complete in the game. Wild encounters for this event include Caterpie, Pidgey, with the boosted shiny rates, I think, right? Spearow, Wurmple, and Starly. So nothing too exciting in the wild. It's definitely all about Scatterbug. There's also a $5 paid time research that gives you 16,500 Stardust, 3 rare candy, event-themed avatar posed, encounters with event-themed Pokemon, which maybe is worth it. And one of the greatest secret features, which is a little bit less secret now because they actually announce it and talk about it in Pokemon Go, the lesser known features, which are the guaranteed lucky trades, are being expanded from 25 guaranteed lucky trades to 35 guaranteed lucky trades, which means we all have an extra 10 guaranteed lucky trades. Starting Tuesday, February 18th at 10 o'clock local time, Pokemon that have been in your storage since 2019 are now guaranteed to turn lucky in a trade if you have not reached your limit of 35. How I'm assuming this works. I actually forget how this works because it's been a while since this update's come into play. So Reese, the editor, who is much smarter than I, will edit on screen in text exactly how this works. And I'm going to explain 2 scenarios that I think it's one of the 2. Scenario 1, which is basically all of us, if we've gotten our 25 guaranteed, so I've gotten my 25 guaranteed lucky trades, right? I've already done the 25 lucky trades. And people like me should be able to get a guaranteed extra 10 lucky trades if we trade Pokemon that are from 2019 or older, which means 10 guaranteed lucky trade shots at a potential Shundo, which are 1 in 64. So you get 10 opportunities for that. I think that's how it's working. And if it's not that, then it's this. If you're like me and you've received more than 35 lucky Pokemon in trades over the years, this update won't even apply to you and you don't have to worry about it. But if you've received less than a total of 25, 35 lucky Pokemon through trades, this update applies to you and you can receive up to 35 guaranteed. So if you only have gotten 20 lucky Pokemon in your entire account, you can have an extra 15 guaranteed lucky Pokemon in trades if you or the other person are trading a Pokemon from 2019 or older. So I think it works one of those 2 ways. Either way, again, Shundos are the best thing you could get in the game, arguably, and lucky trading is the #1 way to get Shundos because it's the highest odds. It's 1 in 64. So to give yourself guaranteed lucky trades, and 2019 and before, we're seeing kind of a lot of shiny Pokemon in 2017, 18, and 19. So there's some really, really good guaranteed lucky trades that you should be doing for this. And maybe if this changes the way that I think it is, we'll make a video in the future doing 100 special trades, you know, and we're trying to get our Shundo Luckies through this. But that is a big update, and these are the updates for Pokemon Go. If you want to see something even cooler, check the link in the description. I left a very fun video for you, and I'll see you there. Take care.